Okay, welcome to this afternoon's special called meeting. We are going to have a moment of silence as the invocation be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would, please stand with me. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our May 9th special call meeting. The first order of business is the adoption of the agenda.
All right, before I call for the adoption of the agenda, Commissioner Hambrick, you have something.
Yes, I do. Good afternoon, everybody. I really wanted us to do a moment of silence, but we've had one of our seniors from the Frank Bailey Senior Center to pass away on Sunday, Miss Kim Scott. So I want us to keep her family, the Cool in the Game, which is what she was a member of, and also the Frank Bailey Center in your prayers. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. All right, this time I will take a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Mr. Reed.
Good afternoon, Chair, Madam Vice Chair, and members of the board. I have Resolution 2023-97, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Clayton County, Georgia, to support the CLC Fest hosted by Commissioner Alika Anderson in partnership with Christian Life Center, to authorize the county and its departments to perform all acts necessary to accomplish the intent of this resolution, to authorize the chairman to perform all acts necessary to accomplish the intent of the resolution, to authorize the chief financial officer to amend the budget to reflect an appropriate revenue source and expenses may be required, to provide an effective date of this resolution and for other purposes.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any questions?
Yes.
Commissioner Hambrick.
I just want to find out what involvement will the county have, because that's the same day that we have the fireworks at the International Park, Water Park. So will it require any of our employees or anything, because they will be at the park that day?
Generally, they do the fireworks over at CLC, and when I was on the school board, they would call me and ask me if they could use the parking lot across the street at the school. So they'll be responsible for all of that as far as fireworks or anything else.
Okay. So our county employees will not be,
No, they won't be administering
Disturbed.
fireworks. No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Will there be any of our, other than our employees, are they requesting anything else from us?
Not
Anything
at this time. They're gonna do a festival. They're gonna have people there to talk about mental health, things of that nature. They did it before when Commissioner Gregory was alive. They would have this every year around the same time, and just like I said, they would call me and ask me about using the school, and they're gonna do a big festival. We'll be passing out food that day as well to the community, and they're gonna have a stage. They'll have a concert, and then they'll have indoor activities and different sections set up for things, like I said, such as mental health and things of that nature.
Okay.
so what's our involvement? Why do we
Exactly.
need to,
What's our direct involvement?
right?
Our direct involvement is just helping with the stage and things of that nature.
So we're going to lend them our stage. You're asking for them to
Yes.
be able to use our
Yes.
stage.
And I've
And-
already talked to, we've already talked to Troy, Mr. Hodges, about lending it to them and also setting it up.
And so there's personnel as well then.
Yes.
But personnel, I can attest to using them quite a bit of time. Personnel, what they do is usually bring the stage out, they set it up, and sometimes they set it up even way before time, and then they come back and pick it up. So it's only personnel to drive it and drop it off and bring it back. There's no other level of involvement that I've ever seen with that stage
Okay.
from
I just wanna
staff.
make
I
sure
know
we
it's
didn't
not that we
have
have a problem with it,
contradiction.
it's just we want to know what the involvement
Oh,
of the
yeah,
county
yeah.
is.
And like I said, just being transparent, again, we will have the stage. They're gonna have a show that night. And then throughout the day, they'll be giving out clothes, food, everything within the community.
All right.
Okay.
Any other
so-
questions?
And
so-
everybody's welcome to come out as well.
Commissioner Davis.
So now, we will have we're loaning them the stage, because I know the last time that a church used it, they did pay for it.
Okay.
And so I don't know whether they were looking just for free usage, or whether
Or
they
is
were
that,
going
is
to
that
pay
your
for it.
request?
Well, I'm just requesting free usage at this time.
Are you partnering with it, Dr.
Yes, I'm
Commissioner?
partnering. Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
partnering with I'm partnering with them. And we're gonna start partnering with them every year. Because again, there's a need in the community for, especially for our families, for food. And one thing that they're gonna do that night also, we're gonna give out Chromebooks. So we're gonna talk with the school system about getting a letter from them, where all the kids have to do is walk up, bring the letter, and then they get a free Chromebook. So we'll have about 2,200 Chromebooks that night, that day too as well.
Right.
And this is going to be held
Nice.
where? Because I didn't see that on here.
It's gonna be held, on, what is it, Rex Road? Not Rex, it's at 42, I'm sorry, 42 at CLC, Christian Life Center.
Okay, so
At
it
the
is at
church.
their center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lake Harbor.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so only thing they need from us is our stage, set up.
Yes, and,
And not monitoring it, because I know when they start showing movies, they gotta have somebody there to monitor the sound system.
Well,
So,
I'll-
and
if,
via,
if,
go ahead.
mhm,
I'm
if we
sorry.
need, I mean, I don't think we would have to use staff to monitor it more or less, but if we do, I'll let you all know or whatever, but we shouldn't. Ms. Cooper was gonna ask, we're in the process of talking to them now, so I brought it to you all now because we are trying to advertise it within the community. But it was just for the stage, I think, at this point in time.
And also, just to give the board a technical aspect, these churches have better sound systems than anything. So if the stage does not come with a sound system, and again, having used that stage before, then usually they set it up before and after. So I don't have any questions. So I'm
Anybody have
ready
any
for a
other
vote.
Yes, I did
Anybody
have
have
one
any other
more.
questions? Go ahead.
A call for the
Have we-
vote.
Have we spoken with Parks and Rec to make sure the
Yes,
stage is
that's all,
available?
that was done a week ago. So we've already spoken with them. Like I said, I'm bringing it to you all for advertising purposes because he has to get everything out to get it advertised, within these next few weeks. So he wants to do some different types of advertising, so we want to make sure we get it out to the
Okay,
public.
and the reason my questions have been so extensive, I just want to make sure we're not pulling resources from our county sponsored event that we have going on as far as our first
Oh, no,
responders, people,
no,
things of that
no,
nature.
and we asked Mr. Hodges that ahead of time as well, because, we talked with him,
Okay.
on yesterday as well, and when we asked him that ahead of time, he said, we're fine.
I'm glad Commissioner, Mr. Chair, I'll wait.
Go ahead.
I'm glad Commissioner Davis brought that up about pulling the resources. That's one of the reasons I stopped doing a large festival. But if I recall, I think that stage has been used possibly in District 4 at 7 at one point in time. So I want to go ahead and call for the vote on
I
this.
have no idea.
We're going to go ahead and call for the vote.
I don't have no idea.
We're going to go ahead and call for
All
the
I know
vote.
Right,
is
so
that where it's been
the
used,
vote has
that
been
they paid
called.
for it.
Yes. All right, so,
You have full use. It's approved.
lost my train of thought.
I call
All
for
right,
the vote.
those in favor.
Aye.
Did I ask for it first? Yeah, we
Yes.
already got a
Yeah,
motion.
you did.
And all this talking,
Look,
and
if y'all come on
That's
now.
why I called. Y'all getting lost in the weeds.
those opposed, it's unanimous. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you all, and again, everybody's invited out. The purpose of this is we've got to get more back into our communities, and especially in District 1 and throughout Clayton County. So this is just going to be one thing that we do. CLC has given out gas to the community. They've done so many things, and we have a lot of people that are suffering right now to pay their rent. We have employees that are suffering right now to pay their rent. So you all are invited out. If you want to come get a food box, whatever you need, please come down. And again, thank you.
Madam Clerk, we have one person for public comment.
The board will now hear public comments. Citizens will be given 2 minutes maximum time limit to speak before the board with a total time of 20 minutes. Comments must be limited to matters on the agenda or over matters which the governing body has jurisdiction. Please maintain decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon board members, shouting and using obscene language. Please state your name, county of residency, and speak clearly into the microphone, and be courteous, respectful, and not make any disparaging remarks or use abusive language when addressing the board.
Mickey Garber.
Mr. Chairman, with everything that's been discussed here I have no comment, and I respectfully yield the floor to the next speaker.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, that concludes public comment. And at this time, is there a need for executive session?
No.
Why you can't have that response any other time?
I know, exactly.
All right, with all being said, a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Motion made by Commissioner Franklin. Is there a second?
I second it.
Any questions? All right, those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. We will reconvene in 3 minutes for our regular scheduled
Might as well stay
work
here.
session.